What's up everyone, my name is Max and today we'll be taking a look at the 75234, the 88p Walker. Now if you're asking yourself, does this have any relations to anything relevant? No, it doesn't, but I had no idea what to review today and the people over on my Shorts channel voted for it. Why did they vote for it on my Shorts channel? Well, I can't post community tabs on here since I don't have 500 subs, so I'll do that when we get there. Now though, let's jump into it with this set's basic information. And before anyone mentions it, no, English isn't my native language and that's why it's a bit wonky. So this set originally released in January of 2019 and started production in late 2020. Since it released in that time frame and wasn't based off any recent movie, it was part of the all-white Darth Vader box art line. It had a retail price of $60 back in 2019. If we adjust that for inflation, $60 back in 2019 is now around $68. That is a price increase of about 13.5%. The total piece count was 689. A piece count of 689 together with a retail price of $60 puts us at about 9 cents back in 2019 and around 10 cents nowadays. It was designed by Niels Fredriksen, who also designed sets like the 2020 Razor Crest or 2015's Vader's TIE Advanced vs. A-Wing Starfighter, but he's also did some non-Star Wars sets like the Lego Campus. Overall, I'm a big fan of his work and as you'll see later, I think he did quite a good job on this set as well. Now though, let's get into further details, starting with this set's minifigures.
It will be done, my lord.
The first minifigure we'll look at today is Commander Gree. This is the 2019 version of this figure. If you're wondering how this one is different from the 2015 version that came in the clone turbo tank, this guy has a brown strap on his left leg. The 2015 version has a grey one, and let me tell you, it's fucking annoying looking for the right one in a drawer of about 300 figures. Anyways, the legs aren't dual molded, even though it would make sense since he wears black boots in the movie. Here they try to achieve that by printing the armor on the upper part of the legs. This works quite well until you turn the figure a little and it's just plain black. A black olive green mold would have probably worked way better. The hips have some camo on them as well, and the torso has a lot of very detailed printing like these straps here or the belt, also wrapping around the back where we have even more printing. They went with matte silver as the helmet color, which is the only time we've ever gotten the Phase 2 helmet in this color, of course except the 2015 version. The visor's printed in green just like in the movie, and all the dark green highlights make the helmet even more accurate. Under the helmet we have the classic angry clone face, which they used up until summer of 2020.
All these Wookiees are dead. Move to the east. Yes, sir.
Our next figure for today will be a 41st Ranger, or as Lego calls him, the Kishi clone trooper. This again is not the same as the 2014 version of this character, but this time I actually have no idea where the difference is, just that there are two different versions. So we might also just be looking at the 2014 version, I don't know honestly. The legs look quite good, they're mostly brown with the camo knee armor and straps connecting to the printing on the hip, which continues onto the torso as well. On the torso we have a lot more camo printing with some on the back too. The helmet was made specifically for this one, the visor's green again, and there's more camo printing on the sides of the helmet as well. And before I show you what's under the helmet, I just want to say I love the helmet, it's so great. Under it though we have, well, another angry clone face. Yeah.
Goodbye, Tougher. Goodbye, Chewbacca. Miss you, I will.
The third figure we'll look at today is Chewbacca. This is still the same version they've been using since 2014. There's probably not a lot you haven't heard about this figure at least once in the last 8 years. My only real input is that I want them to start using arm printing on this guy. Maybe just something like the Fozzie Bear arms would work well, but currently it doesn't look like we'll be getting that.
Hold it. Hold it. I said hold it. Wait. That's far enough. I mean it. Stop. I said stop. We're too big to fit in there. No, we're not. Watch this.
And our last minifigure for today is the Kashyyyk battle droid, or as we know him nowadays, the AAT driver, but back when this released it was called the Kashyyyk battle droid. I really like this figure. It doesn't make any sense that he was included here since there were like no AATs on Kashyyyk. Still nice to get them though, and it's always good to have a more droid variant, so I appreciate them making another version for the set. Now though, let's move away from the minifigures and onto the actual build. And here we have it. As you can see, I currently have it in its two-legged mode. I'll talk more about that in a minute. On top here we have the big turret. It's bigger than the ATT one, even though this is a lot smaller of a build. That's also why it's very unbalanced on any non-flat surface. The smaller cannon on top of the big one has a spring chute attached to it, and you can comfortably fit a minifigure on there. Now if you detach this piece on the back here, you can also spin this smaller turret 360 degrees. The bigger one is locked in place though. The back of the walker is kinda boring, there's just nothing here. The outside has a bunch of brick build as well as sticker detail, like this logo right here. There's also this small gun here in front that can rotate 360 degrees. We also have these two hatches on either side of the thing just to get into the interior. Of course, you can't get your minifigure in the interior through those hatches, that's why you can fold the entire upper part of the setup, and voila, now we have plenty of space to interact with the interior. In here you actually have quite a lot of space for your two pilots, as well as this huge sticker showing a droid gunship, which was released alongside with this AT-AP. On the sides you have some trans blue round tiles and two control panels for your figures to use. The legs look quite good, with the feet being freaking gigantic. They only have one joint, that one being up here. If there was a second joint, the feet would just be too unstable to hold the whole walker. But let's say you want the thing to stand on a more uneven surface. In that case you can get out the third leg, which is held in its place by this hook back here, and now it's three-legged. This way it's just a lot more stable. And with that, we'll wrap up the review and go on to the final verdict. So what do I think of this set? I like it. I'm a big prequels fan, so of course I'm happy to see more vehicles from that time period, even when they're a little less popular. And this set delivers in quality as well. The original price of this one was, as mentioned, $60, which is a really good price for a build like this. And you also got 5 minifigures, even though I would have liked for them to include one more clone, but I won't cry about that. Now, of course you aren't going to be paying $60 for the set anymore. If you want to get it sealed, it'll cost you between $100 and $130. That's about double of the original price, but I think if you have the money and like the prequels, buy the set. It's great. I really enjoy it, and that's why I'm giving it an 8.5 out of 10 with a buying recommendation. And that's it, ladies and gents, and everything in between and outside of that. I hope you enjoyed this rather short review, and hope to see you next week. Goodbye!